Hello and welcome to Crypto News. Today is April 10th, 2025, and here are the top crypto news stories. Today we will start in the US and go to Mr. Paul Atkins, who the US Senate confirms as the new chairman of the SEC. Specifically, he was Mr. Trump's choice. And let's say that he is very friendly to crypto and has also spoken at a Cardano conference. So the SEC now has a new president who is friendly to crypto. We'll go through our ETFs and move on to some approvals. Let's say the SEC has approved ETF options for Ethereum, BlackRock, Grayscale, and Bitwise, with additional ETFs to come in the future. We'll start with Cboe, which has also registered with the SEC for a SUI Spot ETF. So it's another company that wants its own SUI ETF. And as we've said before, the more the merrier. Meanwhile, 21 Shares is the third company to register with the SEC to have its own Spot Dogecoin ETF in the US. And for our latest ETF news, we go to XRP, which I mentioned in the previous episode, that a leveraged ETF has been launched for XRP. We learned that on the first day of trading for this ETF, it saw $5 million in trading volume, which shows us that there is a lot of interest in XRP. So let's wait until the Spot XRP ETF is launched to see what action it takes. Moving on to our exchanges, we start today with Kraken, which we learned has partnered with MasterCard to launch its own card, allowing you to spend your crypto with it in Europe and the UK. This service is not yet available, but will be launching in the coming weeks. However, there is a waiting list open if you go to the exchange. Remember that Kraken is a lawful exchange in the European Union. From Kraken, we move on to Coinbase, where we learned that ARK Invest has bought $30 million in Coinbase shares in the last 3 days. The company has bought 199,401 shares in the last 3 days. So ARK Invest found the low and bought in, which has been positive for them so far, and you'll see why at the end of the episode. And for the last news in our exchange section, we go to World Liberty Finance, Mr. Trump's DeFi, where it seems they are selling Ethereum. What has essentially happened is that a wallet that appears to be linked to World Liberty Finance sold Ethereum worth $8 million after losses totaling $125 million. The portfolio we're talking about is this one here, which according to ARK Intelligence is related to the core wallet of World Liberty Finance and seems to be selling Ethereum. And since we are talking about crypto, we will look at a crypto today, NEO, a currency we've heard about since 2021, which has gained 28% on the 7-day chart. The reason is a new product it has released. So let's say that NEO presented us with the NEO bond, which allows NEO owners to lock their currencies for 30 days with an annual return of 50%. To participate in this product, you need to send NEO currencies from your personal NEO N3 wallet. Your money will be automatically returned to the wallet after the termination of the investment, including the tokens you have acquired, and a refund if the price has fallen below $5. In addition, there is also a 1 million NEO fund in a portfolio with multiple signatures to ensure liquidity and ensure NEO's ability to pay. So because of this new product, NEO has seen 28% as we said, and since we are talking about prices, we cannot miss our favorite crypto market, with Bitcoin standing at $81,000, with the price yesterday reaching up to $83,000. And what is the reason for this big green candle? The main reason is that traditional markets are happy and affect us, with the S&P 500 closing at 9.52% and NASDAQ at 12.16%. And then they say that the crypto market is volatile. Let's say that in terms of the moves of various countries, the European Union as a whole has moved forward with tariffs against the United States, and these tariffs will start on April 15th. China has imposed 84% tariffs on American products. What made all the markets happy is that, as President Trump confirmed, he will pause tariffs on almost all countries, except China and some others, for 90 days. And that's why the traditional markets and the cryptocurrency market are happy. That wraps up the top news for crypto today. Today is April 10th, 2025. I'd like to remind you that the content you just watched is created for educational purposes only and should not be considered as investment advice, but rather as investment opinion. Please subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and feel free to comment. Take care everyone, and have a good day.